Welcome back. Nick and Lex here. Thank you so much for joining me to another episode of Music with Nick. Today we got something very interesting by Dave. Thank you so much for the marathon. Thank you for sponsoring it and making the video happen. We got a marathon by basically called The Builds. And I was like, what is The Builds? And then I started adding the artists, and we have all Bill artists. I mean, this could be a whole series, like the Joes, the Jimmies, you know, the Alberts. I don't know. I think the Marys. You know, I mean, there's a lot to be put together. So thank you, Dave, just for putting the idea into my head. I could do like the Alds, you know, like Alan Holdsworth, Al Di Meola, what is it, Al Jarreau, Al Stewart. So there's a lot of, you know, things that can be done here. So I'm going to present the artists and the music, and we're going to get right into the reaction. So we're going to start it off with Billy Preston, Will It Go Round in Circles. This is from Music Is My Life, Just As Mine, 1972. Wonderful. Then Bill Withers, Use Me. This is Still Bill. This is from the year 1972. Then we're going to do Billy Thorpe, Children of the Sun. And this is from Children of the Sun, album 1979. Nice. Billy Squier. I think I've heard him before. I think he has a very similar voice to Robert Plant. Billy Squier, Lonely is the Night, the essential Billy Squier. That's where I got it from. So it doesn't, that's from 2011. I'm sure the song came out before. And then Billy Idol. We're going to do Eyes Without a Face. And this is from Rebel Yell from 1983. Awesome. Can't wait to do it. I'll be right back. All right. And we're back ready to go with Billy Preston. Everyone enjoy. If you're new to the channel, please like the video. If you like the video, of course. If you want to subscribe, you can subscribe, you know, leave a suggestion in the comment section, leave a nice comment, whatever you like. Thank you. I do appreciate it. Here we go.
I've got a song, I ain't got no melody. I'm gonna sing it to my friends. I've got a song, I ain't got no melody. I'm gonna sing it to my friends. Will it go round in circles? Will it fly high like a bird up in the sky? Will it go round in circles? Will it fly high like a bird up in the sky? I've got a story, ain't got no moral. Win every once in a while. I've got a story, ain't got no moral. Let the bad guy win every once in a while. Will it go round in circles? Will it fly high like a bird up in the sky? Will it go round in circles? Will it fly high like a bird up in the sky? Ain't got no steps, no. I'm gonna let the music move me around. I've got to dance, I ain't got no steps. I'm gonna let the music move me around. Will it go round in circles? Will it fly high like a bird up in the sky? Will it go round in circles? Will it fly high like a bird up in the sky? Will it fly high like a bird up in gonna sing it to my friends. I've got a song, I ain't got no melody. I'm gonna sing it to my friend. When it go round and circle, when it fly high like a bird up in the sky. When it go round and circle, when it fly high.
I love it. I love the music. I love the funk. The horn section is beautiful, like very Tower of Power. I always go back to them because for me, Tower of Power has the best horn section in music. They're just insanely good, and it's like that style. You know, every horn plays like a little part, and they put it together very nicely. I love it's very positive. The lyrics are very nice, and the beat, the whole experience is very good. I really never heard of him. The only Billy I've heard, two, Squier and Idol. So Thorpe and Withers and here Preston are all new to me, but I'm loving it. Very, very cool. Let's go back a little bit and continue.
When it fly high like a bird up in the sky. Ooh. When it fly high like a bird up in the sky. When it goes round in circles. When it fly high like a bird up in the sky. Go round in circles. When it fly high like a bird up in the sky. When it goes round in circles. When it fly high like a bird up in the sky. Woo!
Very nice. Very cool. Even all the other instrument, the piano was beautiful there. The harmonica, the solo. But yeah, what dominated the song was that rhythm section, the horn section, being so there in the background and being so beautifully portrayed. I can't find a better word. But this was nice. This was I have to check out more Billy Preston. Let's see. I don't know if I know anything about him, but Get Back is this Nothing from Nothing. No, nothing that I know, but hey, that's what we're here. We're here to explore, meet new musicians, meet new music, and discover new artists and stuff like that. So next one is Bill Withers. Let's see what style of music this one is. Here, this is Use Me.
My friends feel it's their appointed duty. They keep trying to tell me all you want to do is use me. But my answer ain't all that use me stuff. I want to spread the news that if it feels it's good getting used, oh, you just keep on using me until you use me up. Until you use me up. My brother sit me right down and he'd talk to me. Oh, he told me,
wow, this is so good. The drum kit sounds so amazing. The way he's hitting that, rim from the snare drum, and then the raking he's doing with the guitar, then that keyboard and that bass, and it's very soul, it's very R&B. I love it, man. Rhythm and blues, soul, it's fantastic. Effin' tastic. I love it. Thank you.
he told me that I ought not to let you just walk on me. And I'm sure he meant well. Yeah, but when our talk was through, I said, brother, if you only knew, you'd wish that you were in my shoes. You just keep on using me until you use me up. Until you use me up. Sometimes that's true, you really do abuse me. You get me in a crowd of high-class people, and then you act real rude to me. Till you use me up, until you use me up. Talking about you, people, it all depends on what you do. It ain't too bad the way you using me, 'cause I sure am using you to do the things you do.
Yeah, I wish. Oh man, this music is just like the definition of cool for me. Like, if I had a voice like that, I wouldn't even bother practicing. I would just sing and come up with songs and just play chords. Yeah. Oh my God, I have to tell you about this. I want to know what you think. Yesterday I read one of the most crazy comments I've ever read. Because in the what was it? The marathon that I did about the lyrics, where I paid a lot of attention to the lyrics. What I said was, on a first time listen, you can't really focus on all the details of the music and the lyrics, right? And then this guy was like, I totally disagree. I don't know if it was a guy or a girl, or but basically what he was saying is like, you've lost the ability to listen because you're a musician. And I'm like, that's the craziest thing I've ever heard. He basically said, you musicians, you don't hear music like we do. And I'm like, what? Like, basically he was saying that just because I studied music, I can't just sit back and listen and enjoy it and not pay attention to. And he was talking about chords. Like, I never call out chords. I don't even call out. I know pretty much in what they're playing in, or what. Sometimes I say it's a specific scale, but I'm not like, other people, like, classical composer or musician reacts, and then they call out every single detail, which is exhausting for me. Like, I couldn't do that, because I wouldn't enjoy the music if I overanalyze everything. But basically what he was saying, that just because I studied music, I can't listen. I don't have the ability that he has being a non-musician, and that being a musician was overrated. I was like, wow. Like, I'm sorry, but I was like, that is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Because I think, I mean, it's like saying, and I basically answered him, so you're basically saying, like, that you, like, by not being a pilot, you would be more qualified to fly an airplane. Basically, like that logic, just like, yeah, it's just, I don't know, it was just crazy. I mean, how can you? And I'm not even saying that being a musician gives me more ability to understand music. That's totally insane to say. But just to say the opposite, that, hey, since you study music and you know about music, you can't enjoy music anymore. That's like, dude, that's why I studied it, because I love it and I enjoy it every day more, because I know what's going on and I know how to do it, and it inspires me. So it's just crazy. I don't know. Let me know what you think about that comment. I'm not going to say any names or anything. It was just the craziest thing I've ever read in a while. Okay, so now we're going to go with Billy Thorpe, Children of the Sun. This song, Use Me, was just beautiful. Beautiful music to drive, to dance, to just chill, to work. Just amazing. Just timeless. And just the rhythm and his singing. And if I had a voice like that, I would give up everything else. I would just sing and try and compose, because that's like the dilemma if you don't have a voice. Like, for example, a lot of guitar players that are super talented, they don't have the singing voice. They just don't have it. Steve Vai, or even Eric Johnson. He tried to. All of them have at least done an album singing, and it didn't work. Just didn't sound right. Like Paul Gilbert, Steve Vai, Eric Johnson, Joe Satriani, Yngwie Malmsteen. I think everybody who's like a shredder or very, very talented and very dedicated to the guitar, they just can't sing. It's like, it's like, I don't know, Jeff Beck, I've never heard him sing. Eric Clapton, he's different. Jimmy Page, never. Santana, I think he doesn't sing, he plays, but it's just like the thing, sometimes when you dedicate your all to the guitar, and then you kind of discover very quickly that you don't have a good singing voice. Now, I've never really tried to like record myself, but I just know, So, okay, let's continue with Billy Thorpe, Children of the Sun. Here we go. Different. This is trippy. I love it.
People of the earth, can you hear me? Came a voice from the sky on that magical night. And in the colors of 1,000 sunsets, they traveled to the world on a silvery line.
Wow, man.
The people of the earth stood waiting, watching as the ships came one by one. Setting fire to the sky as they landed, carrying to the world children of the sun.
This is great.
Children of the sun. All at once came a sound from the inside. Then a beam made of light hit the ground. Everyone felt the sound of their heartbeat. Every man, every woman, every child. They passed the limits of imagination to the door to the world of another time. And on the journey of 1,000 lifetimes, with the children of the sun, they started to climb.
Yeah.
Children of the sun. Children of the sun. No more gravity, nothing holding them down. Floating endlessly as the ship leaves the ground. Through the walls of time at the speed of light lies the crystal ships on their celestial flight.
I'm so happy he went back to the intro because there was so much build up to the doom, and I thought it was just gonna be like boom, you know, and then he went into that other, I guess it was some sort of a bridge, which was kind of like, I don't know, it was a little bit disjointed from my taste, but I said the same thing about Genesis, that song. But it had a little bit of a, I'm thinking of Genesis because the way that the song started and the way he came in is very Phil Collins. But I'm not comparing it to Genesis. It's a different style of music, but just, you know, I don't know. It's very good. I'm happy that they returned to that main riff, you know, which was the intro, but it turned into the main riff. Really cool. Wow, man. Very different. I enjoyed it very, very much. And I'm looking here at like fans also like Joe Walsh. Okay, cool. Joe Walsh, Gary Wright, John English, Head East, Richard Clapton. Richard Clapton? Okay, and then Daddy Cool, Billy Thorpe, Steve Wright, Russell Morris. Like, oh, I don't know any of this except Joe Walsh. Yeah. I guess, yeah, I mean, I can't compare the Joe Walsh. Joe Walsh is on a different planet, this guy. Okay, but this was great. I loved it. Very entertaining, very different. I don't know what style, it was, but I highly enjoyed that song, Billy Thorpe. I'm gonna check it out more. Now, Billy Squier I do know, and the only thing that I know is because I looked it up. I was like, I don't know this Led Zeppelin song. And then I was like, but it doesn't really sound like Robert Plant, but it does. And then I think I did that Shazam thing, or now you can just do it with Google, like, what song is this? And it shows you instantly. And I was like, wow, Billy Squier, he does sound a lot like Robert Plant, So let's do Billy Squier. Lonely is the Night. Here we go.
When you find yourself alone, your demons come to light, and your mind is not your own. Lonely is the night when there's no one left to call. You feel the time is right, say the writing's on the wall. Yeah. It's a hard time to fight when the walls are closing in. Call it what you like.
Very good, man.
It's time you got to win. Lonely, lonely, lonely. Your spirit's sinking down. You find you're not the only stranger in this town. Red lights, green lights, stop and go jive. Headlines, deadlines, jamming your mind. You've been stealing, shot from the side. Let your feelings go There's danger out tonight. The man is on the prowl. Get the dynamite. The boys are set to prowl. Lonely is the night when you hear the voices call. Are you ready for a fight? Do you wanna take it all? Slow down, showdown, waiting online. Showtime, no time for changing your mind. Streets are ringing, march to the sound. Let your secret follow you down. Somebody's watching you, baby. So much you can do. Nobody.
Yeah. Oh man, I can't help it, but yes, it doesn't matter. I think at this time in history, it doesn't really matter. He has his mannerisms, like he has a beautiful voice, and he just if you can, why not? That's what I think. I mean, he does little things that Robert Plant does, but he sounds more. His voice doesn't sound I think he just does more like the style of Robert Plant. His voice is also high and has that same tonality, but this is more like an 80s Robert Plant voice, like with In Through the Outdoor when Led Zeppelin was done. I think it's very good. You know, the whole music, the drums are fantastic, the guitar, the bass, it's very catchy. And yes, I'm a Led Zeppelin fan, but I can separate, you know, the fanboy from saying I can appreciate this completely. And I don't care if he sounds like whoever, you know. He's what's important is that he sounds good, he's in tune, he's in time, and he's using what he has to the maximum capacity, you know, and it sounds great. So, you know, so because I've heard it before, and a lot of people, giving him a hard time. Man, if I could sing like that, I would sing like that, you know. Again, going back to the singing, you know. So I think doesn't matter if you have the timbre, if it's close to somebody else, hey, use it, you know. I mean, we gotta eat. You know, if you have that talent, go for it, you know.
Nobody's stopping you, baby, from making it too. One glance will show you now, baby, what the music can do. One kiss will show you now, baby, it can happen to you.
Very good. Very, very freaking good. Okay, now I know that Billy Idol is going to be a different... Let me do one thing here. Let's see. Okay, here we go with Billy Idol, and this is Rebel Yell, Eyes Without a Face. Here we go. Man, I love 80s music. I can't, man. It's so good. I mean, the way he's singing is like so iconic of that time that, oh, like, I don't know, like the Tears for Fears, I don't know, everybody was doing it that, like very deep and it just sounds fantastic. And then, pow, pow, that clapping and the whole synth sound is so iconic. It's so good. It's like I can't get enough of this stuff. Honestly, it's so freaking good. When is this from? 83. That time was just very special, and I love the 60s and 70s, but damn, do I love the 80s. Like, oh man, Michael Jackson in the 80s. Oof. But even when he still sounded like with his like the whole, I love Michael Jackson when he was with what's his name? One of the greatest composers, arrangers. God, I can't remember him right now, but I mean, Michael didn't write that stuff. It was man, I can't believe it. I can't remember him right now, but it'll come to my mind. But this is great. I'm loving this. Quincy Jones. There we go. Quincy Jones. I love Quincy Jones. But the way he would even compose 80s music with his orchestras and, oh, it's so good. I just love every kind of music. It doesn't really matter what decade. I love 90s music. 2000s has some good stuff, I mean, if you look enough, you find amazing stuff. Every decade has beautiful compositions, So let's go back to Billy here. One of the Billies, Billy Idol. great. The way he was mixing the bass, I mean, the bass player was just so key to the song, and the pa pa boom pa boom the pa pa the boom the pa, and then that section with the guitar, sounded very Van Halen, very of that time, you know, the very cool distortion. And we have to do more Van Halen. It's so crazy. I do know, I guess, like the most famous Van Halen, you know, Running with the Devil, and you know, just like I think Hot for Teacher and Eruption, and I ain't talking about love and stuff like that. But there's so much Van Halen that I don't know, that I could do like Van Halen marathons for like 3 weeks, you know. And Alexia doesn't know any Van Halen. I don't even know if she's heard Van Halen. Eruption. I've like done my tapping and stuff, and but I don't think she would recognize it. But yeah, that would be a cool idea as well for Alexia. But hey, this was a great marathon. Thank you so much. I enjoyed all of them. I mean, Billy Idol, beautiful, 80s vibe, synthy, just that voice. Oh man, I wish I could do it. Billy Squier was excellent. Great rock, you know, 70s vibe. Billy Thorpe, very cool, like the one that I said, Genesis vibes. Not really, you know, it was very unique. It was different. And Use Me was just beautifully like funky and just like a great tune, very catchy. And then the first one as well, like with that horn section, that, you know, it's so cool. Overall, great selection. Thank you again, Dave, so much for this. Give me one real quick moment. All right, I'm back. I just needed to save because I got a little notification that something was running out, some space, so I had to. I just wanted to formally say goodbye. Thank you so much, Dave, for this amazing experience, for all these artists. I hope everyone enjoys this marathon. Please let me know what you think. Like the video, dislike the video, share it. You know, I mean, I think we don't do enough of sharing. So if you like this, hey, you know, send it to your best friend, and you know, maybe they like it. So thank you again. Thank you so much for being here. See you guys in the next video.